The resignation email is finished. Your finger rests above send. On the other monitor, your agency dashboard says you made $14,000 last month. Your old job pays $3,800. This should be easy. Except $14,000 in revenue is not $14,000 in your pocket. Editors need paying. Software renews tomorrow. One client is already late. Taxes are sitting in a separate account, looking extremely unavailable. So, you do not press send. Not yet. Because betting your 20s on yourself did not begin with quitting a job. It began at 19, at a family dinner where 4 people had already chosen your future. College, obviously. One relative votes engineer. Another suggests doctor, completing the expensive starter pack. College can absolutely pay off. On average, more education is still connected with higher earnings and lower unemployment. But you do not know what you want to study. Borrowing money for 4 years of professional confusion does not feel responsible just because everyone recognizes the uniform. So, you make a deal with yourself. 2 years. Get a job. Save money. Try things. If you find a direction that requires college, you can still go with an actual reason. Your first job is selling phones in a shopping mall. It is not the dream. Your name tag is plastic. The lighting makes every human look recently defrosted. And 15 times a day, someone asks for the cheapest plan before pointing at the most expensive phone. But the job teaches you something useful. People rarely buy features. They buy a feeling. A better camera means their baby pictures will not look like security footage. More storage means they can stop deleting their entire life every Tuesday. You learn to ask questions, find the hesitation, and make an offer feel valuable. Your ordinary job is quietly paying you to study sales. Then payday arrives, and you divide it before your brain can develop hobbies. Rent and bills go first. Then emergency savings. Then an automatic contribution into a low-cost fund tracking a broad stock index. A much smaller amount goes into Bitcoin, small enough that a crash would hurt your feelings, not your rent. That distinction matters. Dollar cost averaging means buying on a schedule. It does not mean the thing you buy becomes safe. Stocks fall. Bitcoin can fall much harder. Neither account should contain next month's grocery money. Your friends' paychecks turn into dinners, trips, limited edition shoes, and enough nightclub receipts to become historical documents. Your paycheck turns into invisible little buckets. You still go out sometimes. You are building a future, not joining a monastery. But you stop spending to look wealthy. That leaves a small 5th bucket. Experiments. Experiment 1 is reselling sneakers. Waking at 6 to earn $27 is technically entrepreneurship, but emotionally very close to punishment. Experiment 2 is dropshipping. After 3 days of ads, you have 12 abandoned carts, 1 sale, and a supplier who has apparently misplaced the concept of shipping. Experiment 3 is YouTube. 11 hours of editing produces 6 views. 2 are you. 1 is probably your mother refreshing. None of these becomes the business. But reselling teaches margins. E-commerce teaches offers. YouTube teaches hooks, editing, and the cruel importance of the first 3 seconds. The failures are not empty. They are pointing in the same direction. Then a small skincare brand posts an ad that looks like a hostage video for moisturizer. You message the owner with 3 new opening ideas, not a motivational speech, 3 actual concepts. She pays you $200 to make 1. It fails. The ad spends money and produces almost nothing. Your first official result is a professionally formatted disappointment. The owner is ready to leave, so you return to what the phone store taught you. Why would someone hesitate? What do they misunderstand? What proof would make this feel real? The next video opens with the customer's problem instead of the product. It demonstrates the texture. It answers the obvious objection. The brand orders for more. That second payment matters more than the first. The first proved somebody might hire you. The second proved your work might be useful. You still keep the job. At night, you write scripts. Before work, you review edits. On lunch breaks, you answer clients from a food court that smells like 6 competing versions of chicken. 1 client becomes 3, then 5, then 3 again. A client pauses. Another wants 14 revisions because their cousin has opinions about fonts. A platform changes its algorithm. Your best month is followed immediately by a month that behaves like it never met you. This is the part the revenue screenshots leave outside the crop. A business does not become stable because one number got exciting. So when your agency produces its first $10,000 month, you do not buy the watch. You do not order the car. You do not announce your retirement from employment while standing beside a rented Lamborghini. You build a system. Every project gets a brief. Every ad gets a clear objective. You hire one editor for a controlled number of assignments. You track revenue, expenses, taxes, and actual owner profit as 4 different numbers because they are 4 different numbers. Then you create the quit test. The agency must beat your job's take-home pay for 6 consecutive months. No single client can control the business. Personal expenses need 6 months of runway. The company needs its own operating cash. Taxes must already be reserved. Months 1 and 2 pass. Month 3 barely survives after a client leaves. By month 6, the business has done it. Not perfectly, repeatedly. Now we are back at the resignation email. $14,000 came in last month. After contractors, software, refunds, and tax reserves, your owner profit was $6,200. The job paid $3,800. Your personal runway is intact. The business can operate without stealing from it. You read the email once more, then press send. Quitting does not create freedom immediately. It creates Monday morning with nobody telling you what Monday is for. At first, you work more, but now every improvement stays inside something you own. Better scripts produce better ads. Better ads retain clients. Retained clients fund editors. Editors give you time to sell, test, and eventually launch a small product of your own. The index investment continues automatically in the background. Bitcoin remains the small, volatile corner it was always supposed to be. Payroll never depends on either one going up. Your money finally has separate jobs. Cash absorbs mistakes. Investments wait for years. Business capital buys growth. Personal spending buys your actual life. And eventually, the visible rewards arrive. You cover a bill for your parents without turning it into content. You can take a Tuesday afternoon off without requesting permission from someone who schedules bathroom breaks. And yes, one day you buy the car you used to keep as your phone wallpaper. But you buy it after the company, taxes, investments, and family are protected. The car is a reward, not evidence. At a gathering, you see people your age who chose college, ordinary careers, families, travel, parties, or completely different priorities. Some are ahead of you. Some are struggling. Most are doing both in different parts of life. They were never the scoreboard. The real comparison is the 19-year-old at that family dinner who thought betting on yourself meant one enormous leap. It did not. It meant keeping the job long enough to learn from it, saving enough to survive failure, and losing small amounts on experiments that taught expensive lessons cheaply. It meant waiting for repeat customers instead of believing one lucky month, then taking larger risks only when the evidence became larger too. You did not discover your future. You kept building until it could finally support you.